good afternoon. Welcome to the New York State Fair. More importantly, welcome to the best underwater show that you will see here at the New York State Fair, huh?
Yeah!
All right. My name is Chief Technical Sergeant Neil Case. Before we get the show started, I want to introduce the rest of my crew to you. Coming up the stairs first is my training coordinator out of Albany, Tech Sergeant Josh Cross. Next up those stairs is the Troop D, Assistant Senior Diver, Trooper Jared Hogan. And lastly, behind the tank is the Troop D, Senior Diver, Tech Sergeant Greg Eberl. All right, let me introduce the host of your show, the Troop C, Senior Diver, Tech Sergeant Seth Little.
All right, hello, New York!
Hello!
How we doing today?
Great!
Beautiful day at the fair. My name is Seth Little. I am the Troop C Senior Diver. Doesn't mean I'm the oldest diver in Troop C, however, it just works out to be that way. So, I'm going to give you a little history lesson of the New York State Police dive team before we get the guys in the tank. But before I do, it's a nice day, the grass is dry, boss.
Yeah, bring the kids.
All right, kids, come on up.
Come right up next to
Come on up to the tank, right over here. You can come over, sit right down in front of the tank. All right.
Up nice and close and have a seat.
Yeah. Get all comfy.
Yeah, big crowd. Good crowd today, huh?
Yeah, good crowd. Good day.
Yeah!
All right, man. All right, so this little history lesson begins in 1932. It's a long time ago. That makes us the oldest public safety dive team. We're also one of the largest public safety dive teams in the United States, the New York State Police Dive Team, right?
Yeah!
So in 1932, we logged our first dive. Back then, we used hard helmets, we used canvas suits, we had lead belts, lead shoes. Altogether, the equipment was well over 100 pounds. What troopers did then, what troopers continue to do. We use the equipment that we're issued, and we get the job done. Now in 1943, there was a smart fellow by the name of Jacques Cousteau. Jacques Cousteau invented the aqua lung. It's what we commonly refer to as SCUBA. SCUBA is an acronym. Does anybody know? It stands for Self-Contained Underwater Breathing Apparatus. All right, good job. Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. And what that did is it took all the heavy equipment, condensed it down to more like 40 pounds or so. Divers were able to be a little bit more nimbly-bimbly under the water, okay, move around with a little bit more ease. Now in 1952, the New York State Police Dive Team decided to send representatives to learn from the best. So where did they go? They went to the Navy Dive School, all right? They went through their school, they learned their lessons. They brought them back to the state police. In 1957, we decided to adopt SCUBA as our preferred method of dive. And in the early 60s, we actually started our own novice dive school. It's anything but novice. It's actually known as one of the hardest of the special operation schools in the New York State Police. All right, in order to become a trooper, it takes a lot of dedication, but then we take the best of them. All right, and then only 1/3 of the people who actually try out for our team will make it to where these guys are up there, so let's give them a hand.
Looks like they're about ready to get in the water.
They are. Do we want to see divers in the water? All right.
Hey, before you guys get in, actually, Seth, we're going to make this a little bit more difficult.
I'm all for that.
Let's have them put their gear in the water and have them get dressed at the bottom of the tank.
Okay, so we're going to have them put their gear down into the tank, in which they will have to retrieve it and put it on. All right? And look, in order to be a diver, you have to have some competitive juices. So without saying that this is going to be a race,
It's a race.
it's a race. It's always competition, right? Come on. So guys, put your gear down in there. All right. All right, so there goes their gear. Oh, Jared, you stuck that in the corner real good, huh? All right, are you guys ready to go?
Oh, hey, guys. Masks, too.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, put your masks in there. Come on. All right. Now, don't throw a hissy fit about it. Come on. All right, are we ready? So, we're going to give them a countdown. We're going to start from 3, go down to 1, and then everybody yell dive. Can I get some energy?
Yeah!
All right, so, go. 3,
2, 1,
All
go!
right, there they go. They're going down to the gear. The first thing that you'll notice is one of the things they do is they will put the regulator into their mouth. All right, that allows them to have air. Everything else is copacetic after that. Now it's just a race. And Jared Hogan, the pride of King Troop. Let's give him a hand. That's why he's got the blue racing stripe right down the side there. Good genetics, Jared. Good job.
So I think
Good job.
Josh might have panicked a little bit.
Well, Josh might have panicked, but I don't think so. I don't think so. So we're going to slow things down a little bit, just introduce you to the equipment that is known as scuba, all right? On their back, you have a tank. That tank has 3,000 pounds of compressed air, all right? In order to get that air to the diver's mouth, it has to go through a regulator. That regulator slows that air down from 3,000 psi to about 145, which then sends it down to the line to their second stage, which provides them air on demand. A lot of people ask, is it oxygen? No, it's air, okay? So that's what they're breathing. They're breathing just what you are right here, right now. They have a BCD. That BCD, which the tank is attached to, is a harness and a bladder. And with that BCD, they can introduce air from the tank into the bladders, and that will make them positively buoyant. That'll make them rise. Or they can dump it from valves, and when they dump the air from the bladder from valves, it'll make them negative buoyant. They will go down. And what they're practicing right now is neutral buoyancy. It takes a long time to learn how to do that efficiently. It looks easy, it's not, all right? We have a wetsuit that's on Jared there with the racing stripes. That wetsuit introduces a little water between the suit and the body. The suit provides thermal protection, warms up the water a little bit in there. Very comfortable in moderate temperatures. And then we have Josh Cross, who also has a dry suit on. That dry suit will actually keep him dry, all right? But water finds a way to make you cold, all right? So he needs to wear a thermal layer of protection underneath that. Both of them have fins which propel them through the water just nice and easy, just like they were out in outer space. They're masks. The lens is just off a little bit from where their eyeballs are, so it makes things appear 33% larger and 25% closer underwater. Now, one of the things I want these guys to do is show you how did you guys get the water out of your masks when you went under the water. So take your masks off, all right? So water is reintroduced into the mask. In order to get that back out, what they will do is they'll put their mask on. They'll create just a little crack between the lower seal and their upper lip. They will then blow air out of their nose, all right? That air goes where? Goes up. Air goes up, pushes the water out, recreate the seal. They're good to go. Now in our novice dive school, we dive down to depths of 132 feet. So you might ask me, what is 132 feet?
What is 100?
You might ask me, what is 132 feet?
What is
All right, very good, all right. So, 132 feet, if you look at the top of this tower up here, this is 60 feet tall. All right, big bad sword guys jump off of that. Now, add another tower on top of that, another 60 feet, and then another 12. Altogether, that's 132 feet. When you go down that low into the water, you have pressures which will affect your equipment, okay? Sometimes things can go wrong. So, first rule, never dive by yourself. Always dive with a dive buddy. And we're going to show you here what happens if something goes wrong with our equipment. Josh is going to get the signal, hey, I got something going on. And so Jared comes over, he grabs his regulator, and he puts it in his buddy's mouth. All right, the reason he maintained control of it is because he has air. He's less panicked. And then he puts the safety second, and then they go, hey, let's go up, everything's good. They ascend to the top at a nice, easy rate of 30 feet per minute, and then they make themselves nice and comfortable on top, drink a cup of coffee, and talk about just what just happened. All right, so that's some of the gear and some of the things that we do in the Novice Dive School. Now I want to switch gears a little bit here and talk to you about our bread and butter. Our bread and butter is search. We are the underwater recovery team. Our motto is, if it is in there, we are going to find it. So what do? Well, one of the things we do, if you look at the picture of the octopus, is we move like an octopus under the water, okay? If you've ever seen an octopus move over the floor of the ocean, it touches everything. It gets into every crack, every crevice. And so if we're going to come up and positively say we searched every inch of where we were, We need to move like an octopus. Now, how do we find our way down there? Well, we have a line search. The line will provide the way. And we have two variations of that line search that we learned. And I'm going to need a volunteer from the audience over here, okay? So, the green hat here, blue shirt, right there. Okay. Come on over, this way. All right. And, okay, put that down. All right, so what's your name? Iris. Okay, let's give Iris a hand. Okay, so Iris, you are my land supervisor. Okay, I am a diver. We would use this search if we were coming to a known area and there's something a little bit larger in the water. Okay, this search you can do a little bit quicker. You only need 2 divers. Or 1 land operator, 1 diver. And so Iris, how are you and I going to talk to each other? With the rope. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give her a couple tugs. You got to keep it nice and tight there. I should pull it. Okay? So I'm going to give her a couple tugs. She's going to give it a couple tugs back. Okay? Now that she knows that I know that she knows that I'm ready.
We all know.
You all know. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm ready to go. So this is called the pendulum because I'm diving and I'm going just like the pendulum of a clock. Going from a start point over to an end point over here. Iris sees that I'm coming to the end. She gives me a couple tugs. All right, I know it's time to turn around. I turn around, I give her a couple tugs back. She releases a little line out. There you go. All right. And then I start coming back. And as I'm coming back, I found a lost diver or whatever I'm looking for. Iris, help save her. Give her a hand. And Iris, you can go ahead and pick the prize off the box right over there. All right. So, another type of line search that we would use if we were in a little bit larger body of water and we were looking for smaller things. All right, it's a little bit more detail oriented. It is a jack stay search. And what that means is there's 2 heavy weights on either side of a line. You pull those weights apart from each other, which creates tension on the line. And then the diver will follow that line back and forth. And as he gets to a weight, he'll move it over a little bit, and he'll follow it back the other way. Sometimes you cover a little ground that you already covered, but that's all right. We're detail oriented. So we got Jared Hogan in here.
Yeah, before we get started with that, let's have him put that training mask on.
Yeah, he's got the training mask. This training mask is taped off. And so he cannot see out of that mask. And the reason that we do that is because the water that we dive in looks like this. Okay, it doesn't look like the water in that tank. And so you got to be able to do these things basically with your eyes closed. All right, and so that's what Jared's doing right now. He's got to hold the line, and wait, we need evidence, right? Right? We have evidence up there? I hate to interrupt your conversation. Right. Okay, oh, there it is, his service revolver. All right, old school. All right, so go ahead, Jared, commence your search. There he goes. And he's got one hand on the line, and he is just searching everything, going over the bottom of the floor just like an octopus. Once he gets to the weight, he'll move that weight over just a little bit. He'll turn around, and he'll come back, commencing the search. Like I said, he'll go over a little ground that he did already, but he'll also have some new ground that he's going over. And he found the guns. Give him a hand. All right, so that's how we do that. Now, how are we going to find it if it's not on top of the ground, if it's actually in the ground? All right, so we're going to use this little, hey boss, can you pick out a volunteer over here for me? We're going to need another volunteer. All right. All right, what's your name? Michael. All right, Michael, do you know what this is? Hey, Michael knows it's a metal detector. Give him a hand. All right, all right. Michael, go ahead and hold on to that. All right, you feel that? What is that detecting? That's right, that's detecting 30 years of marriage. Okay, that's what that's detecting. So come on over, thank you, thank you. It can be done. So, Michael, what I want you to do is I just want you to pretend like this is the jackstay line and just go over nice and smooth and just keep going forward with metal detectors. You're going to go back and forth. All right. Let's see here. Back and forth. Oh, you feel that? All right. So how are we going to get that out of there? You don't know? Well, I'm not sticking my hand in there. That water's nasty. I think you got to put your hands in there. Get down in there. There you go. All right, what's that? It's a phone. All right, he found the evidence that we needed. Let's give him a hand. Good job, Michael. All right, you can just throw that back in the water. All right. Go ahead and go right over there and pick yourself a little prize out of the box. All right. So these are some of the methods that we would use that we would consider a little bit more old school. We also have some newer technology that we use now. We have a surface supply air system. We also have an underwater robot. All right. This underwater robot might be something that we would send into an area that we're not sure what's in there. We might want to take a peek around. If we're looking for something big, it's possible that this underwater robot, it has a sonar on it as well, will be able to find what we're looking for. And so boss there is going to send down that underwater robot, and you can see right up there's a little camera display. All right, and it has found a stolen four-wheeler that we are looking for. All right, let's see. There we go. All right, so it is at that four-wheeler right now. Now, with this new technology, we still need people. People are still important, right?
Yeah!
Yeah. All right, so let's hear it for people.
Yeah!
All right,
People!
good. And we have one of the best people I know right up there, Greg Ebro. That's right, that's you, Greg. All right? And so he's getting ready to go down with the surface supply air system. We have a hose hooked up to him, which provides him endless amounts of air. We control that. And he is down in the water, and he is ready to go. And let's see here, he's got to just empty some of the air out of his suit there. All right, here he goes. Good job, Greg. Let's give Greg a hand. He made it. All right, Greg, now that you're there, how are you going to get that out of the water? You don't know. You don't know. Okay. I think you do know. How are you going to do that? He's playing with a robot right now. Oh, look, he's getting himself some FaceTime. Hi, Greg. Everybody say hi.
Hi!
Hi, Greg. All right. So, Greg, how are you going to get that out? You're using your brain. That's right. Good idea. Good idea. Sometimes you do that. All right. He has a lift bag in there. That lift bag he will attach to the object, and then he will ask for air from the surface supply air system. There's an extra hose that goes down, which we can give him extra air. That air, when the bubbles come through there, he will be able to put those bubbles into that lift bag. It will expand, okay? And as it expands, buoyancy will take control. The upward force. All right, and so let's see what happens. Here he goes. He's doing his job. There goes the four-wheeler. He's sending it up. All right, there it goes, and he gets out of the way because he doesn't want it to fall back down on top of him. And he gets it done. Look at the hang time on that guy. Huh? That is great. Great job, Greg. All right, so that's some of the things that we do as an underwater recovery team. Also, we have new missions that have been introduced. We do swift water rescue. We also do ropes. And so a lot of the things that we do, including diving, are very dangerous. But Chief Tech has something to say right now.
Yeah, I just want to take a moment to recognize these guys for what they do. Every single time they go underwater, they're putting their lives on the line to recover victims and also to recover evidence to close out cases. So if you could please all join me in thanking them for what they do. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, boss. So a couple things before I say goodbye. All right, if you want a face like my boss here, he's a handsome man. All right, I want that promotion, boss. All right, but you got to be born with it. All right. Now, if you want a shirt like this, huh? You want this shirt? This shirt is for sale over at the NYST tent. Get your own URT shirt. And they help support us. We appreciate it if you help support them. There's also New York State Police stuff over at the Trooper Foundation. same thing. We appreciate any support that you give. All right, if you want to have a picture with the poser, he's the best poser that I know right there underwater. All right, so come over, take your picture taken. We want to say again thank you to Matt Man. Appreciate you being here. And thank you for coming, and enjoy the rest of your day at the New York State Fair.